Good day, everyone. This is your reflections at 60. Yesterday, I was actually planning of sharing a funny childhood story that happened sometime when I was around 5 or 6 years old. But looks like life had other plans because last night, while I was about to go to sleep at around 10:30, I received a message from my niece, her saying my sister, her mom, was in a critical condition in the hospital and that she might not make it through the night. And since then, I've been on the alert waiting for that message to finally come. And at exactly past midnight, that message came. And it says, "Mama is done." My sister's battle with cancer is over. Well, for a while, actually, things seems to be better with her. And we, as like many other families, we allowed ourselves to raise our hopes high. But this time, I think hope was not enough. Since I received the news, a lot of thoughts were going on my mind, but one thing that I find it hard to accept is the sound of her calling her mom, our mom, saying, "Mama, Mama." And that is something so painful to hear because, for somebody who is in her 60s to be calling Mama, she must be in real pain. She must be really suffering hard to, retrogress herself at that point in time when one says Mama and you hear your mama's voice and you know that everything's going to be okay. She has, moved back to that stage in her life only to deal with her suffering, with her pain. And that to me was very painful. That to me breaks my heart. Trying to hear at the back of my mind her saying, "Mama, Mama." Okay. But there are other things that's also going on in my mind. And actually, some of those are so solid last night. Everything starts coming one after the other. Now that I'm in front of the camera talking about this, it suddenly becomes blurry. I don't know what that is. Okay, maybe it's blocking some of the truth that it's quite difficult for me to process at the moment. Maybe this is all part of, grieving. But anyway, another thing that's going on in my mind now is that, we came from a big family, 9 siblings, actually 10. One died when he was in an accident when he was 7 years old. And we went through such typical stages of growing up in a big family. As kids, we fight among the boys. Sometimes it becomes physical, but in few minutes, we're okay. Next day, we're okay. And then we fight again. That's how it was growing up. And then we became young adults. We were busy running after our plans, our goals, fixing a life of our own, building our family, dealing with our own challenges. And then we get to be 50s. We get to be 60s. We get to be almost 70s. And we're back to each other's support system. We're back to listening each other's stories. We are once again siblings. And that was good. It was good. But with what happened to my sister last night, I also came to realize that this is not permanent. At this stage, we would expect the inevitable. One would go ahead of the other. And that realization is something that again hits me. That, how much time should you spend with each other? How much quality time should you be spending with each other so that when it happens, you would say, well, we're okay. You go ahead, you rest. Without so much pain to process from such kind of permanent separation. I don't have something solid of a life's lesson to learn from this because I'm still making sense out of this. I don't have the answer to everything that, pops in my mind at this point in time. Perhaps in few days, perhaps in a few weeks, I would get some answers. Things would become clearer. Perhaps never at all. But for now, I'm allowing myself to grieve. I miss my sister. Reflections at 60.